taco pie. That's not a pie. It's a taco casserole. Today I have coffee with cream in it. Which sounds luxurious. But I actually don't really like it that much. Lamarck, how you doing? You're full? You're full at like 6 a.m.? I don't know what it is over there. Oh. So, I replayed everything that we did yesterday evening, or yesterday after I stopped streaming. I've been unofficially hanging around that girl I knew in middle school. You have to say knew in middle school, not know in middle school, otherwise you're dating a middle schooler right now. And we ate Korean barbecue. I think I've abused the eat all you can system. But like at 6 in the morning? What time is it over there? You're still full? Damn, dude. Eating like a beast. 3 to 3.5 pounds of beef for like $12. Yeah. Honestly, if you ever go to an all you can eat, you should do that. When we went back in school, I would always just eat like shitloads of noodles, and like they have a special kind of like pickled tangerine or something. I don't know if it's pickled exactly, but it's something like that. It's like sweet. It's been pickled in some sweet kind of liquid, definitely. I don't know if pickled is the right word, but bathed in or something. That was like all I ate. Sick. So I believe Tataru has ran away here. Trick is to not drink any liquid while you eat to the place your stomach can feel more. The point is to not enjoy yourself as much as possible to optimize gains. Tataru, I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think on it, she did seem rather preoccupied. The Tataru episode! They still have it! They still have it! And now I'm so full. This is the fluffiest bread we've made to date. I need to alter like the temperatures that I make it in. It's a steal. Well, you probably didn't eat 3 pounds, so it's still like most likely like twice as expensive at least as just buying it yourself at the store. So I'm not sure if a steal is the correct word, but yeah, I mean, good. As long as it was nice. Where's this bitch? Search? I don't know. Search? Where are you hiding? You little potato woman. Oh, Cashew, it's you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing really. Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. And that's why I should probably talk to Minfilia before things get any worse. Ah, you always know what to say, Cashew. I'm glad we had this little chat. I didn't say anything at all. Can't apply glamour here. Why can't you apply glamour here at some point? They have such shitty restrictions. Like, I hope they literally just kill the game and then make Final Fantasy like 17, which is just the next MMO. Because they really, really, really need to make a better game from the ground up than what they have. Because their systems are really shit. They haven't really fixed them since it came out. They've improved them, but it's still like fundamentally broken in some. Yes, Tataru, you have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject, but with all the recent excitement. But Cashew made me realize there's no time like the present. And time is what I'm here to ask you for. Is that homemade bread? Yes. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you have certainly earned the rest. I suspect that lying in bed is far from your intent. You know me too well, Antecedent. There is, in fact, something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventurers and the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Hori Boulder and Coltonay have been promoted from guard duty to fill our needs for competent warriors. And so it seems only right that I too should acquire the power to defend myself. And others, more importantly. When I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard. Ah. Whoa, hey! That's the first time I've almost been knocked to the ground. Well, Lalafell. I've never seen Mr. Tataru so determined. I thought befell, with which I might help, Antecedent. Ah, not at present, thank you. Was there something you would ask of me? Fuck, my ear is so messed up. Oh yes, pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who wants to join us for escort duty was injured while out on patrol. And I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore I humbly request that another adventurer of the capable kind, of course, can be assigned to our party. Very well, I shall consider the potential candidates and provide you with a replacement soon as I may. My thanks, Antecedent. I take my leave of you. Where we are needed, an unexpected ambition. Power to defend oneself. Tataru has ever been full of surprises. Now that I think on it, I do recall Orion J mentioning that she had developed an interest in Arcanima. Perhaps she hopes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guild in Limsa. Yes, that will be the way of it. Would you be so kind as to journey to the guild and see that all is well? It is doubtless unwarranted, but I surely am not alone in my concern for her safety. I'm gonna take a little break later. I'm gonna go for a run, and then I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna buy olive oil, and I'm gonna try Light Bites putting olive oil into your ear trick. Have a class in 3 hours on a Sunday? Don't have a Ciabatta. You should make a Gakun, however. Just a 1-hour orientation on some bullshit subject? On a Sunday! Fuck is downstairs? Jeez. Ganshu, what are you doing here? Blah 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 blah. I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? Go to church right now. I, Tataru shall become a great and powerful arcanist. And now, at Mistress Thubergame's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise. Until we meet again. Do I have this armor as a set? I do, kind of, but also not. Has to be a level 50 armor. No, it's absolutely impossible. All women my age are... First of all, they're like super boring. None of them have any interesting interests. At most, you'll find someone who likes cooking or something. Everyone else is just fucking absolute. They're so boring. And then they're all single mothers, because they were all whores, because they were raised as whores. Ah, if it isn't Cashew, what brings you to the guild? So you are acquainted with our newest member. Ah, an arcanist of your experience must see that her potential is somewhat lacking. Nevertheless, she would not be denied, and goes now to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. Doubtless you recall receiving similar training under Kalia's supervision. A thought occurs to me. Why not oversee Totaro's training yourself? Given your relationship with the girl and your familiarity with the task, I think you are the ideal choice. You need only head to the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate, as before, and observe at a distance. There are so many girls that I know that are divorced. And I can assure you it is their fault that they are divorced. Gotta teach Tataru to be an arcanist. even set up properly so I can use it. I forget. O'er azure seas to pirate's port, where she met her shining jewel. For to bring the smuggler's plans to naught, came the lass whom none could fool. Beat him with the backdraft, gut him with a gust, take him with a downburst. Go, Carbuncle, go! How many hours did you slept? I don't know, like 8. Oh ho ho ho, are those crates I spot? And this must be the true test. But we're ready for him, aren't we, Carbuncle? I think I slept around 8 hours. Carbuncle? Carbuncle ran away! Another rat! No! It's gonna kill you, Totaro! Carbuncle! No, Totaro! Ooh, come back, Carbuncle! Come back! This is what you get for messing with my Totaro friend. Oh, no. Congratulations. The DDD. I started super level 50 dude day. I should have known you'd come, Cashew. You needn't say a word, your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. If betrayed by my own carbuncle and left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I will inform Mistress Fubergame of my intentions to withdraw from the guild. Kanema, like so much else, is beyond me. It literally tried one time. I can't draw! You've never drawn before. I can't draw! In we go. Hell yeah, dude. It's Christmas times. Don't hate. It's November. Where are they? Where are you? Where are they? Oh, they're upstairs? Anything? You're so close to Heaven's Word. So close. Ah, back so soon? How fared our fledgling arcanist? Abysmally, Mistress Stubergame. Abysmally, as Cassia will testify. I was wrong to become an arcanist. Wrong as usual. I am completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Ataru, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you to gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanima. Were it not so, you would have struggled even to summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree? You are too kind, Mistress Stubergame, though I could not overcome this challenge. I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. As fetching as these garments are, I swear I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. Wonderful. Then to Costa del Sol we go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. Alright, we don't have to teach her about being an arcanist anymore. What we can do, though, is the aft castle. There. Oh, nothing is available in New Game Plus. I think I need to into the thing. Same item is already stored. Never mind this. Why is this not equipped? Oh, it's 60. Never mind. Have you injected your daily dose of soy? No. I'm a rebel. I don't take my soy injections. If you can't believe it. Alright, let's see here now. Armor. Halonic Inquisitor. Ishgardian Knight Gauntlets. Take it out. Boots. Guardian Knight Sabatons. You say after yourself there, buddy. Okay, so this armor can't be dyed. That's unfortunate. Why has soy been a reference to beta? Because soy is heavy on estrogen. I'll probably go back to bed. Yeah, you gotta sleep off that food. Costa del Sol. Fuck that cunt. Can't say that. It isn't your own fault for going to school. I warned you. No, I didn't, but I would have warned you. Going to school. Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the drowning wench told me to look. There's a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore. One which produces the most marvelous pearls. I have tiger parents. So you're a little baby cat, little baby kitty, little pussy. That's what you're saying. However, these clams are also coveted by certain wild creatures. And since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off. What he's saying is that his parents are rich and he doesn't want to be disowned and lose the inheritance. That's what he's saying. What fortune, I've already found one. Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? This should only take a moment. Not a trust fund, baby? Yeah, you are. Come on now. Sure, your parents are loaded. The only people who go to medical school are people with rich parents. More Gower. I'm gonna kick it. Holy shit, you're tanky. This is like the most difficult single player encounter in the game. And it can't hurt me. We did it. Well fought, Cashew. Well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. Though named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people, in a way. Right, well, I mustn't keep Flamin waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. Someone posted the anti-self-improvement black pill post again. Okay, so... it's a stupid post. Where to secure provisions for the scions in the Laminsan markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the antecedent, and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, Cashew, and thank you for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again? Bye. It with Minfilia at the Rising Stones. That's there. More dope. Holy shit. I am slow today. Did a lot of tree slanging yesterday. I guess that's why. Oh boy. Some dark chocolate I bought. Ooh. Welcome home, Cashew. I gather you found Tataru in Laminsan. They did cut the mining questline. My, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure, and while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request. I wonder, do you perchance recall the commitment I made to furnish Hoary Boulder with a capable adventurer? Well, I am sorry to say that I have as yet been unable to do so. Now I realize that you are rather more than a capable adventurer, and that escort duty is frankly beneath a man of your talents, but I have no one else to turn to at present. Might you be willing to forego rest and assist us in this? No! Generous to a fault. I thank you, Cashew. I said no! Now, it seems only fair that I explain the import of the task in question. For some time, our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea, taking etheric readings that we might better understand the impact of primal summonings. Naturally, it behooves us to ensure our employees' safety, and so we ask the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Boulder and Coltonay were to act as two such escorts, as was a third adventurer. Alas, due to injury, said adventurer is not presently fit for duty, hence my need to impose upon your goodwill. Truly are a pillar of strength, Cashew. Boulder will share with you the details of your task. He should be waiting for you outside. Be safe. Go hang out with the Horribolds. Horrible Boulder man. Horriboulders. Ah, Cashew! Is it true that you agreed to lend us a hand? Huzzah! What did I tell you, Coltonay? Our misfortune is becoming a blessing. An opportunity to serve alongside the Warrior of Light himself. The story you're playing right now different from last stream? Yesterday I was doing the Crystal Tower, which is it's like a side storyline. It's the raid that they made for A Realm Reborn. It's just part of the main story now. That's why I was doing that one. And now I'm back to doing the original A Realm Reborn story. The main story. We're at the very end. The difference is that the storyline yesterday actually had things happening in it, and this one does not. And that's because the A Realm Reborn storyline is fucking awful. And I'm just trying to get through it so we can get to heaven. Which is the first expansion. Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route. True, but our mission is the same. Separated by mons we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to think them. 2 more practical concerns, Cashew. We would have you attend to the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud. He is waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit, Cashew. In spirit we shall be together every step of the way. Camp Tranquil. At last, the Scion's man deigns to grace me with his presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Isambhar. Come, we are late enough as it is. Isambhar up there. Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions. Then please, stand at an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. Okay. No wildflowers. See, we have both completed our respective tasks. A satisfactory outcome. Though if I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. I do not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, snake bolt awaits, shall we? Okay. Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask you to keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work. Dangerous beasts. Come here, dangerous beasties. There's a mouse here too. Let's kill the mouse. Fascinating. Well, these readings are not at all what I expected. Though, perhaps that should come as no surprise. I'm not given to superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. One more site to survey. Saying that. I'm using that word. I love also that every single time that they use it, they write it in cursive. So it's like tilted and special. Hello. I wish I knew how to pronounce your name. Mao? Maybe? As before, my guardian. As before, my guardian, pray leave me to my task and ensure our safety. Sense a hostile presence. More? Come on then. This data should prove invaluable to... Ye gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of adamantoises while my back was turned? Arigatou gozaimasu. Quickly now, to Camp Tranquil. I will not have my clothing reeking of blood and offal. You chose to paddle in the Icar a while longer, I take it. No matter, I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear there has been a measurable decrease in the Eorzea's ambient ether concentration since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive. We must take additional measurements to confirm my assessment. For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's fountain. The ambient ether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now, come along. Teleport up there. Simple. You should be more than familiar with the procedure by now. Pray find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurement. I hate the rubber board. Yes, quite high, yet still markedly lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th Astral Era. How have your weekend been? I went to my parents. And, lifted some logs. Not sure I would call that enjoyable. Been fine otherwise. They had some taco casserole or something. Take. Could the presence of a primal account for the differences, or is there something else? Something else. How about you? Something else. Scion! Scion, come here, I need you! Fear not, my friends, help has arrived. Don't have energy to do much on weekends, sadly. Yeah, me neither. Hello, Martin. There you are, Cashew. Hori and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour. Dude, we didn't even take too long. Ah, gutted like a hog. But not by one, no. These wounds were made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight either. Nary a mark on his sword or his shield. I've heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What cause had Wilred to come here? What should we do? We will see to the Scholar's protection, Cashew. I and the boys' remains. We should return to the Rising Stones. The antecedent will want to know what happened here. And so do I. Not Wilred. You have to play through like 3 times to remember who the fuck Wilred even was. But Wilred was... It was the kid in Little Alamigo that we stopped from trying to summon Ralger. He was also one of the people who joined the Crystal Braves with us after that. Found him in Ul'dah, just chilling. Cashew, you are returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort chafe so? Wilred, dead, mayhap murdered, by the 12. How can that be? I will send word to Alphino at once. He will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilred's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this and why? Though recent events weigh heavily on our minds, we must needs set them aside for now. So close. We are come to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravinians and Asians both. Against desperate odds, we have fought and won. But the Primals still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation. And our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies, broken on the steps of faith, and before our eyes, in this very room, our dear friend Moonbreeder. This is the victory we have wrought, and it is as bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front, that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Ul'dah, that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tataru and Lamin a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. Off to the big soiree, Cashew. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not. You don't look best pleased, lad. Something on your mind? By the navigator, Wheelred's dead. Gods damn it, they must know they've been rumbled. Sod it. 'Tis past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from. So I had a dig around, on the quiet like, and sure enough I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers, courtesy of a Dodo Consortium. A daft name for a business if I ever heard one, which is what gave me an inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give the bastard credit. He showed us up for the amateurs we are. Short of calling one of his businesses the bloody bribery consortium, I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men of the first and third are taking Telegi's coin. But now we know. As some of them are. I'd wager me right eye they're the ones what did for Wilred. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions. Bound to attract attention he was. Should have seen it at the time, but I didn't. Gods damn me. Still, I don't see what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He hid his scheme with all the care of a drunk pissing into the wind. No, he's cleverer than this. So we need to be clever too. That's the only way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that you have me word. And catch you. Mind yourself when you're in Old Eye. We're heading into a storm. I can smell it. The kind what'll sweep a man overboard and drag him under before he knows it. To go to the Royal Promenade. I wish you could teleport to the small stones inside right away without having to go through this. Look, it's a poo. Rarefied pepper. Nice outfit, bro. We have been waiting for you, Cashew. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I had hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momodi just sent word that you are needed at the quicksand. We will go on ahead, Cashew. Pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Momodi, and let her know that I will call upon her anon. Okay. Not like I wanted to eat delicious food. The wrong one. Adventurers Guild, there. I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice, Cashew. I know you got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with a crystal brave by the name of Eliane, aren't you? Former adventurer. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came round for a meal not long ago, and before she left she asked me to give you a message. Said if the others ended up dragging you to the feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station, west of the coffer and coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message, I'll grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I'd have thought those signs of a troubled heart. But something tells me she ain't planning to confess her undying love. No, I want a girlfriend. Where are you? Hello. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file by your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no signs of Eliane. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of cockern and the buzzing of surfeits, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head, only to notice the vial lying at your feet. Cashew, is that you? What brings you out this way? Laurentius. You're a very trustworthy fellow. You couldn't be doing anything nefarious, would you? Lieutenant Eliane. Why no, I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs, on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. Aye, pray return to Uldar, Cashew. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her that you were here. Was suspicious? What was that?
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Back to Momodi. Martin, Deathbus needs you. I reckoned you'd head straight to the feast after meeting with Elian. What's the matter? No appetite? So she wasn't there, but this was, eh? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist's file. But beyond that, I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for keepsake, safekeeping though. Anyhow, no use worrying about Elian. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long, and when she doesn't, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, you've got more important things to think about. Yeah, like who cares? Maybe she's dead or something. Doesn't matter that much. Would you believe that while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana handmaiden, no less. Seems her grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you on the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So what are you waiting for? Go on then, go! Okay.
You needn't trouble yourself so.
Your grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your grace is ready, I shall summon the warrior of light.
I am.
I tried asking my visiting mother and her spouse to help cleaning, and they started seething like never before. That's your job, dude. You're just squatting there for free.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
They did not want to do cleaning. Yeah.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
He will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required his attention, but it did not sound serious.
Speak with the lady-in-waiting on the royal promenade. Is Scions plotting to take over the world and turning everything into a republic? Yep. Except that's not at all what they're doing. Thank you for coming, sir. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it. Or if you are ready, it would be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chamber forthwith. Upon proceeding to the Sultana's bedchamber, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Oh shit, dude. No. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. I don't know why I found this so funny.
Enter.
Your Grace, your guest has arrived.
I think we can turn on auto text advance here.
Pray, come in, and take your ease.
"'Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde."
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words after the fact.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands.
Oh, he does. So yeah.
'Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
Because his mom has some degenerate job or something and she's never home, apparently.
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon.
It does do something.
You wished a word, Yu Hase?
You may go.
Oh, that's not Scrollog's
Your
fault.
Grace,
That's Skyrim being dog shit.
You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion. I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy. You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence. But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me?
Gibbs, will you? Yes, I will. I am Gibbs.
I am truly grateful. More grateful than I can well express. Much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
Don't worry. The monarchy is safe.
Your Grace! Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine? You did this!
Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance. I hereby
Yes.
accuse you of regicide! Men, arrest this viper!
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
Never trust a potato.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
My favorite part is that the reformed convict that we gave a chance turned out to be not trustworthy.
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
No time for DDDDDs.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
Whatever is going on in there?
It's just out here banging the help.
Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
Oh! If this was Shadowbringers, they would force you to play him there. I don't really like when they do that.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us, Now!
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthus. I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her Grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity. Bring in the prisoner!
Ouch! Nobody treats kids that way.
This man stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo, and as suspected accessories to the crime, all members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison her grace was found upon the assassin's person.
Laurentius, how could you do this to me? I gave you a chance.
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded her grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh yes, I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead. Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
This cannot be. Nanamo. Nanamo. No!
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you.
Got a tear in your eye?
It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
Not this time. I almost tried when Graha went into the Crystal Tower, though.
You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What?
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow Syndicate members. You're one of them! You've been in league with the Scions all along!
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Raban! Seven hells!
Admiral, we must leave.
Ah!
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
Don't worry, they have a backup evil dwarf, Tato.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter. Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You die!
Whoopee!
I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand. Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
Ah, there you are.
Thancred, where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers. When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
You mean because people leave and come
Unless
back
you
to see if
plan
I'm
on
still
pummeling
playing this
them
shit?
all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share Ponanimo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe is thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papashan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Animo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancred's.
Just let me loose, I can kill them all on my own.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
Now look what you've done.
She has eyes.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Popalimo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last.
They have nothing to do with what she was planning. Like, they're not even the cause of it. What did he do? This is not something you can do in the game.
Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
Have what? They just killed everyone.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
This way!
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
You two go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us!
They both have white hair.
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
There were like 3 people chasing you. Like you already won. Oh what? Oh, never mind.
Well, this is going splendidly.
Good
Now
arrow to
would
the
be
knee.
a good time, milady.
"'Tis done." Forgive me, Mitra.
Farewell, Nymphilia.
Heidelin, she speaks to me. No. I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me.
What?
Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of
Let's
light.
run.
You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
Run! Stupid bitch. Who the hell are you?
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others? Damn that man! Adeleji played me for a fool. I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
Who may you be?
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway.
I think that's the guy you come into Ul'dah with in the beginning if you pick Ul'dah. I'm not sure.
Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard!
Or maybe it's the same guy in every town that you ride the Skyrim cart in. Did this cart float?
I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah, and likely needed a helping hand getting away. Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were! Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Ha! Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alize, but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
And who might you be, young sir?
Pippin Taropin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames. I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Ul'dah. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. 'Twas only as we were leaving Ul'dah that I learned of father's fate.
That's Raban.
Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end, 'twas I who needed saving.
Them soldiers will keep searching for a while yet. Reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Ul'dah and get the lay of the land. Maybe provide a distraction if need be. You three wait here. Help will be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight's to come. Alright, let's go. The most unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. That fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation, or any hint of concern for his own safety. I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father spoke often of you, Cashew, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say that this is not at all how I envisioned it. Master Alphino, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and Cashew are free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Terrapin, Alphino, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly? Then he is no merchant, but an angel in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how do you intend to bear our friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both the Monetarists and the Crystal Braves. Kurthus, Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. With me, everyone. Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ul'dah to the Monetarists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states, but know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I do not expect it to be much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and his allies, no matter what the Monetarists claim. Marshal Terrapin, I know not what to say. Ah, now that father would labor to believe. But enough talk. You must go, Master Alphino. Your airship awaits. Sorry, it's called the Sneed Boat. Up, up! There's no rest for the righteous. We should make for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Archiphon. Mayhap he will know what to do. Master Alphino told me your tale, Cashew. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. It would be best if I explained in full.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The Temple Knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such. All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
And those guys are still doing squats in the background. They've been doing squats for like 2 years. Have friends waiting? Several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you said blah 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 blah. More cutscenes. Cutscene. Alphino! Cashew, is it really you? I'm so happy that you're Sniffle, sob. I tried contacting Minfilia and the others, but no one would respond. And then Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Flamin told me to run, and so I did. I ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached, but I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I had observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. They finished their model! Hmm? Ah, yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. Pretty, isn't she? Anyway, after Yugiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Urianger. When we told him what happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the waking sands. From the outside, our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently, Urianger started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thinking, eh? Sorry, where was I? Oh yes, we waited there at the Waking Sands. hoping others would come, but no one else did. My people are searching for the other scions, even as we speak, but we have met with no successes yet. I had hoped that you might be able to suggest further places to look. But you should know, the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only Crystal Braves await you there. Be that as it may, we yet have cause to hope, do we not? If the two of you escaped, it is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men and women, believed true. But rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the others and see the Scions restored to their rightful place of honor.
"'Tis all my doing. I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes, and look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves, and even the Scions themselves, as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh yes, I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos. 'Twas all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alfino.
So, Master Alfino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you? What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
He's very sad. Can't bring democracy to the people now.
Alfino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
over. Now we go play Skyrim. We go to the land of ice and snow. Skyrim.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
I haven't seen you in a while. Abrialis is no more, said Elidibus. The order was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making, said La Habrea. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then. The earth is fertile, and the seeds well sown. By my will they shall reap salvation unlike any the world has known. By his will. By his will. What is that? Hurry on, Jay! No! I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak, and make thine intent known. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine. The fate of this very star. Do not ask foolish questions.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond.
Miss him?
Delusion. Despair. Death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
It's got thousands, like 2,000 hours of time in a game that has like 200 hours of gameplay and no role-playing aspects. Pretty cool. Serve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. Isn't Hanukkah soon, by the way? I don't know, wouldn't you know? Their hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed heavenwards. There! Now we are officially in Heavensward, and but before we do anything else, I'm gonna go and pee and poo, and then I'm gonna go for a run and go and buy some olive oil. Then we are... I think I want to see if we can do a little bit of Binding Coil of Bahamut solo. But we'll see it, because it's not... I just wanted to play the LSA scenes there. But it's not soloable. It's like the only raid in the game that isn't properly soloable. But I'll be back in like 30 minutes. I really gotta poo now, so I'll be back in a bit.
many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called. The warrior of light.
To run from my troubles.
I'm not way baking bread. I'm way pouring olive oil into my ears.
Until our friend returns, I will.
Ugh. It's better work, Light. We'll see. Now let's see. We might need to do it the lamer way and just watch it on YouTube. But we can try and see how long how far we can get. I don't know if the cutscenes play. That's the problem. I don't think we can New Game Plus it. So I haven't finished it. Yeah, no, it would have been this one. So you go to Red Mage, except for Blue Mage. Red Mage is the best solo class as far as I know for these kind of things. But Dark Knight manages pretty decently for... Binding Coil of Bahamut, turn 1. Imperial Exploratory Site. 237 yards. Stop. You missed the beginning of it as well. Go. Alright, whatever. Let's just do them and see what happens. You can't actually do the start of it until you finish it, and you like really hard to actually finish. Because the other raids, I don't know why they don't have it in the Dungeon Finder. Like, they should just make it its own thing that you can search for, but it's not. So you can't actually do it here. Because no one ever does it. The only way to do it is to find someone who will boost you in the party finder. We'll see here. Undersized party. Binding Coil, turn 1. I think the cutscenes always play. We'll see. I'm not sure I was level 80 when I was here and tried to do it. But it doesn't matter that much. The scars left by the calamity. I can scarce breathe for the surfeit of ether. Tell me, have you ever seen corrupted crystals such as these? Such crystals manifested across the realm when the course of the great river of ether was irrevocably altered 5 years ago. Behold one of the objects that caused the alteration, a fragment of the lesser moon, Dalamut. Ancient Alleg created Dalamut, or Meteor, to use the Garlean name, to serve as a celestial prison for Bahamut. Its fall inflicted grievous wounds upon the land, wounds that have yet to heal, and this is evident from the corrupted crystals. Amazing. Dalamut's internal defenses still function in spite of everything, a testament to the ingenuity of the Allegans. The Garleans seek to appropriate their advanced technology, I'm certain. We are about to come face to face with secrets that have long lain buried within the sands of time. Great dangers may lie beyond, but we have come too far to turn back. The truth of the calamity is within reach. AIDS! Oh, AIDS? Fucking go, AIDS! AIDS down. Aethero-acoustic exploratory site. Preserved. Dark wings that would engulf the very heavens. These could only belong to Bahamut, the primal who laid Eorzea to waste 5 years ago. At Cartelu, my grandfather sought to imprison Bahamut anew by invoking the power of the 12. Alas, the Dreadwyrm proved too powerful, and he soon broke free of his confines. Yet instead of resuming the destruction he had begun, Bahamut vanished, whitherto no one knew until this day. I do not understand. If Bahamut is truly a primal, how is it that he retains his physical form? Did Grandfather defeat him? Or is there some other explanation? We must press on if we are to learn the truth. Shit, I'm not sure if this one is doable. Actually, but we'll see. Where do you go down here? I like this version of the song. And it's because the raid has a lot of like perma-stun or insta-kill mechanics that you can't do when you're solo. This guy, I don't know if I can kill him. But it depends. Like if we tried doing this when I was 60 or 70, it might be doable. I might have enough damage now. I don't actually remember the strats. Seems to be doing fine. Ah, he died. We must have been here earlier. Oh, I get treasure? Cool gear? And again, bracelets of striking. Round shield. Wow, that looks like trash. So cool. There's no ending there. No, we hadn't finished that. We have a quest then? Seem like it. Let's do this. Go to... No, not where. Wineport? Hey, it's Wineport. Ah, this isn't the right guy. Oh. Only on the first step. Not sure we have it. Let's see. Oh, that's how it is, I think. I think only like the first and the last ones have real cutscenes or something. That's why I only did the last one. Have anyone online? You're never lucky to have anyone online. Or you're always online. next quest then? So I have finished Primal Awakening. The next step is supposed to be Alice's pledge. Don't have that. And Beyond J won't give it to me. So that means what? Is it just because we haven't finished this one? We can try it, but this one is... I think it's just purely impossible. This is going rather rather more smoothly than I expected. It is indeed convenient to have a hero on hand. Gods, that the cavern should open up again, even at this depth. Huh, this resembles a finger. And so it should. This is Bahamut's hand. As with the wings, it seems to be frozen, and for that I count my blessings. But again I find myself wondering, how is it able to retain physical form? I had assumed that Bahamut's reversion to ether was the cause of the widespread changes to the realm. But if he is still there, if he is still here, then that theory no longer holds. What was it that brought about the realm's sudden regeneration? There is still so much we do not know about Cartano. I haven't the slightest inkling how deep these caverns run, but we must continue. If I die to Quintania, then we're gonna... I actually want to watch these cutscenes, because... this boss is not doable. I haven't even gotten to the later phases. I don't remember what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do some... that's for sure. What? See, there's something about this neural link thing, but it doesn't really make any sense unless you read the wiki, which is why I hate reading. How are you supposed to see where it's come from? Come on then. And it's gonna start. Calm down. This is because I killed it too fast. Now you have to wait. Got a timer. She reappears. Come on then. Yep, there we died. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I think you're like supposed to just run out of it. Either way. Not worth it. FF14 Bahamut cuts. Finding second final coil. It's a lot of cutscenes, my dude. Unless this includes the fights, maybe we'll skip. It's an hour and a half.
Feeble bars. Covered.
Fine. Fine. And we're doing this. Bro, win and walk. Welcome back. We're gonna do Heavensward now. volume maxed on game sound, or am I compared to everything else? What's... No, my volume isn't maxed anywhere. I don't understand what you're saying though. Volume maxed on game sound or mic? Both is quiet to everything else. What's everything else? Oh, this is interesting. They change it based on what cutscenes you just watched? That's new. Anyway, give me a second. Anyhow, let me see here. Like, I don't know. I've just been trying to keep my microphone level at like a decent level compared to the in-game audio. I don't know about anything else. But let's check this. Open the fucking thing! I hate Windows 10 so much. Oh, when can we move to Linux? Oh my god. Open it, you fucking bitch! The sound controls, the sound mixer and everything, it actually breaks all the time. Like it just does this. All the time. What is it even called then? Too many IP patents for Linux to ever be competitive? That's not true. Okay, so what sound? Is he eating bread again? Yeah. I'm trying to turn off my sound thing so I can start it. Why are there 7 Google Drive EXEs running? That's the only thing.